Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in July 2021. What's going on, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. All right, guys, welcome to July. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world right now, Scorpio, you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, okay? Scorpio, no announcements here, so if the only thing I would say to you is I hope you had a good 4th of July if you celebrated here in the States or somewhere else abroad as an American citizen, as an American fan of America. Maybe you're like, that's so interesting. I'm like, what if you're like not American but you still celebrate the 4th of July just because you like, you know, the day. You know, you like the concept of like a barbecue and like, you know, floating in a pool. Setting off fireworks. I don't know. But anyway, guys. And if you're celebrating any other type of holiday or special day in July, again, I hope it's a good time, all right? Because people did, I mean, like, you know, like Americans who have no connection with Cinco de Mayo, like celebrate Cinco de Mayo, you know what I mean? And like it's a similar vibe because Cinco de Mayo is not. Anyway, let's leave it alone. All right, guys, let's get into it. That's going to be the start of your reading. We'll build on it later with the rest of the deck and talk about the bottom of the deck as your overall energy. But to start, you have the Tower, Page of Pentacles, and oof, Devil in reverse. Okay, we like that. Now, visually, these two cards side by side, I'll show you up to the camera. I got this vibe of like peace offering. That's not the innate meaning of these cards, but like that's, you know, just like that concept or that feeling came across when I flipped over the Devil card there. Tower, that's you guys, so secondary major for Scorpio as well as sometimes Aries. Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then here Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. Could be dealing with any of those signs, none at all. Does not really matter in a general like this. So, oh, and in your meditation, this is interesting, like a couple of signs have had, you know, premeditated, I guess, pre-reading meditation messages that I needed to divulge. And so for yours, I saw like a cathedral or like a really long hallway within like an art museum or a gallery or an old, very old architecture. And the ceiling was either domed or arched. It came to like a rounded edge across the top, and I saw like windows or some type of, yeah, I guess you would call it a window, some way to see out of the roof. It was very beautiful. It was very peaceful. So I felt like a cathedral or like a museum, like a quiet place, a somber place, a reflective place. So that might mean something to you. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. So with these cards though, Scorpio, I mean, maybe it is, like I said, peace offering. Maybe it is trying to make amends. I see someone like walking out of the ashes of a situation, Tower energy, walking out of the destruction or the disintegration of a situation and wanting there to be peace among the people. Now, that's kind of a grand idea, and the feeling is big, but, you know, I feel, Scorpio, even though you're reserved or kind of quiet, your rivers run deep, yes? So it's like literally a ceasefire type of energy that you're feeling, that you're desiring to have happen in a situation. If you or someone else or the powers that be have brought about a Tower moment, you don't want it to leave a sour taste in people's mouths. You don't want people to be resentful or regretful or angry and pissed off at you or carry any type of bad feelings going forward. Like now, you know, I'm saying things like ceasefire and like, again, like these bigger picture things, right? In some of your lives, in some of your stories, it can be boiled down to leaving a job. And maybe you're leaving a job where you were a very integral part of the job. Maybe you worked for a small business. Maybe you were partners in a small business, whatever. Your departure, because I feel this Page of Pentacles energy is like walking away from this Tower moment. So as you walk away from your previous commitments, again, something about a job, something about in on the ground floor. So like You may have started something with someone a long time ago, relationship, friendship, again, business, and you leave it behind. You don't want anyone to be angry with you. You don't want people to misinterpret or misunderstand your motivations. So there is sort of like this peace offering, this apology, explanation, something that you're trying to give, something that you're trying to present, if not give, passively, very indirectly express, to alleviate or prevent blowback from that tower moment. In this deck, the tower depicts one person falling. In many depictions, not all, but in many depictions, the tower is experienced by multiple people. But we see the one figure there towards the bottom. That's the primary person who's falling from out of this tower. So some, again, going back to a job scenario, if you're leaving, for whatever reason you're leaving, that's kind of inconsequential to whoever is quote-unquote left behind, Scorpio. So your boss, your coworkers, your business partner feels you're leaving them in the lurch, or you're abandoning a sinking ship in some cases, and it's self-preservation mode for you, and you don't want people to fault you for that, especially in a business sense, because it's like, well, listen, even if I started this company myself or in partnership with another person, I got to do what's best for me. Like your feeling is, I have to do what's best for me. Whether or not other people see that as selfish, you kind of don't like the idea that they could potentially see it as selfish. So that's sort of what this offering is, what this explanation is like, please don't see this as a selfish act. Understand that I have my reasons, I had my motivations, I have to look out for my best interest, because staying here, remaining on this sinking ship, or remaining in this situation which was inevitably going to crumble, disintegrate in some type of way, was not going to bode well for me. It was too much for me. And that's the other thing, you know, and I'm getting the sense like someone feels your loyalty is questioned, and you don't like that, Scorpio. You're very, very sensitive about loyalty. And not that you shouldn't be or anything like that. It's just like it means a lot to you when someone says they trust you, or that you have someone's trust. You know what I mean? And so you don't, quote unquote, violate that trust easily. But that's what I feel someone here is interpreting what you did. How true that is, I don't know. This is just the energy of the situation. It's just what it feels like. Whether or not that's true, you did things selfishly, you did violate them, or you broke trust or whatever, that's for you guys to suss out in your particular situations. So Page of Pentacles, very timid. Well, I shouldn't say very timid, just timid. Careful with the steps that you're taking. I'm not telling you this is how you're feeling, this is how you're approaching the situation. You're taking careful steps. You're not wanting to say too much, say too little. You want to say and do just the right thing to get to the desired outcome. So if it is quitting a job, you've done the 2 weeks notice. You're not going in there on a Tuesday saying, you know what, I'm not coming back tomorrow, flipping tables, you know, flipping people the bird as you leave, destroying property as you leave. Like, even if you had motivation or reason to do that, you're not doing that. You're trying your best to take the high road here. Now, how that's being received, oh, devil in reverse. I feel you're getting a lot of flack. For some of you, this is coming through as blacklisted. The devil in reverse is blacklisted. So if you work in a competitive field, or you work with a small, close-knit group of people, maybe you are a writer or a journalist or something, and you've done something and people now don't want to publish your work. The word is like, people are, it feels like, I don't see the, quote unquote, I don't see the evidence, and maybe that's what's going on with you. You don't see it, but you feel that there's a concerted effort. Whether or not this is true, it's all perception. This is how you feel, this is how you're perceiving it. But it's like people are behind your back saying, don't let Scorpio in, don't let Scorpio have that, don't put them on the list for this, cut them out of this committee, etc., 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 like a whispering party going on behind your back, because it's meant to hurt you, or it's meant to not give you what you're seeking. Pages seek. Pages are on the explore for something, or on a journey towards something. They're also messengers. So again, this idea of like peace offering some type of solution, or not solution, but apology is here. Devil in reverse is a very rigid energy. Rigidity has come out a lot in these readings for July so far. And your reading has it in the sense of like stubbornness, but like reactionary. Like somebody's trying to one-up you. Oh, you think you're better than me. Oh, you think you're better than this committee. You think you're better than blah, 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 blah. We'll show you, Scorpio. And there's like this desire to punish, this desire to retain some type of effect in your life. While I really feel these two energies are connected. Whoever's in the Tower is also in the Devil energy. So it's like somebody who is experiencing this feeling of detachment. The universe, the powers that be, what have you, are creating a divide or pushing one side over here, pushing another side over there. And so they fight against that. They're trying to reattach. They're trying to keep the connection vibrant, to keep the connection alive. And that is almost a punishment. They know it's not good for you or them to continue on the way that things have been, but they want that. It's like a fear of release, a fear of letting go, a fear of, and I keep saying fear, but it's probably not reading that way, but that's what it is deep down. It's a fear of doing without, of being without, of being left alone, or feeling abandoned, or feeling left to hold the bag. You know, again, for some of you, this was a self-preservation thing. You saw the writing on the wall. Like, I mean, I'm not justifying anything when I say this, but I know these things happen. Like, this legit could be a bust. This legit could be an audit. Like, you know the audit is coming. You know that when the auditor arrives, in whatever capacity this audit is happening, that they're going to find things that they're not supposed to find. And your business, the personnel, the staff, the factory or whatever, it's going to get shut down. You know. Maybe you got a tip off, or you just know. Maybe you did some sleuthing. Maybe you got maybe you heard things coming down the pipe, whatever. And so you gave a 2 weeks resignation, and then 2 weeks later, boom, the entire staff is laid off. And you're like, well, and you've got friends, there it is. You've got friends who thought you were their friend. You could have told me, Scorpio. And Scorpio's like, if I told you, then you would have told all these other people. Or if I told you, then I would have had to tell XYZ, and then him over there and her over there. And then 4 or 5 of us would have quit at one time. No, no, no. That would have been shady. That would have been too suspicious. I had to do it for myself. Again, you don't think it's selfish, or you feel you did what you had to do for self-preservation. I don't knock it, but I know that has left a bad taste in people's mouths. So, no fault. Listen, I'm not in this fight. I'm not in this story at all. But I can see how you have upset people. And if this isn't you, I've been saying you, Scorpio, flip it around if you must. If you're the person who was, left holding the bag and experiencing the Tower moment, and you see your friend Susie over there, or Jerome, or whoever, living the life of Riley, getting off scot-free, or walking away and acting like they didn't contribute to what was going on, what was shady, or what wasn't up to par, you're going to feel some type of way. Right? So, you know where you are in the story. Let's see what else is happening here for Scorpio, please. Give me more information in the situation for Scorpio, please. Yeah, this whatever is offered is like, boom, it's like thrown away. Not interested. Not interested. Much rather see you come back into the land, into the connection with suffering. Come and deal with this BS that I'm dealing with, Scorpio. I'm on the hook for this, so should you. You should also be on the hook for this. Like, it's really punitive, this reaction to, hey, I know that this doesn't look great, or I'm sorry that I didn't, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, nah. No. Save your sorry, get your ass back over here, and suffer alongside me. We're supposed to be ride or dies, right? It's like that. Alright, so what else is going on here for Scorpio in July? Okay, again, this 7 of Cups is very prominent this month. One more, please. One more, please, for Scorpio in July. Of course there's 2 more. Why not? Overall energy is 3 of Cups. So, 7 of Cups. Ooh, 10 of Swords. There it is. And then the 9 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So 2 times we're shown, well, not 2 times we're shown, but there's 2 indications that apologies are cheap. Words are cheap. Somebody's not interested in the sorries. Somebody's not interested in the I was doing this because of XYZ reason. Like, screw your reasoning is how someone's coming across here. Or the reception of that is not great. You know, I don't want to speak for all cases, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but I do feel like somebody's just not here for it. Somebody's not here for the excuses. Now, this is the I gotta do what I gotta do energy coming through. 7 of Cups. And here's the thing about 7 of Cups. Tons of choices, right? 7 is a pretty lofty amount of options, you know? For a person who at some point maybe didn't know what they wanted, or didn't know how to proceed, or felt, again, overwhelmed with choices, or saw the writing on the wall. I could tell people, but maybe I could tell one person, but if I tell that person, I gotta tell them, blah, 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 blah. You know, all of that. This is that. This is that story of trying to make the best, like choosing the best option out of the worst choices. Something like that. You know what I mean? Making the best out of a bad situation. There you go. Another cliche we could throw at it. Yeah? And I feel that didn't make the Tower happen, but is a contributing part of the Tower. Because again, I feel somebody had a preconceived notion. No. Somebody had a premonition. Thank you. About the Tower. You're quite intuitive, Scorpio. Many of you are. So it was probably you. You kind of saw it coming. And you did what you thought you had to do. You made the best choice with the options that were before you. That's where you're at with it. It wasn't personal. It wasn't I was trying to hurt you or trying to... As much as I was trying to protect myself, at no point was I trying to hurt you. Like, that's kind of the connotation that you're trying to get across, or the message you're trying to get across. But somebody here feels incredibly betrayed. 10 of Swords. Like, they really look at you, and again, they might be saying this, like, you might be in an incredibly dramatic situation, Scorpio, where someone is reacting to you irrationally. They're not hearing your argument. They don't see it from your point of view. And in fact, they're weaponizing the scenario to drag you down. Again, drag you down. Devil in reverse. Keep you involved in what is toxic, or what is adversarial, or what is, you know, some type of suffering, some type of displeasure, right? They want to see you in that situation. So you may have done what you thought was best, and you may tell this person in logical, rational terms, here's my motivation, here's where I was at when I made this decision. And they might go, oh, you son of a bitch. And they just begin dragging you through the mud because they feel you threw the first stone, you threw the first whatever. I can't think of what I'm supposed to say there. But you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, you have affronted me, you've hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. It's very punitive, it's very retribution. It's not great. Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now for some of you, this is a deep offer of gesture of apology, something that you want, or that's such an interesting feeling. You earnestly have this desire to be forgiven, or for someone to understand you. You have that desire to be understood. Please don't judge me too harshly. If you were in my shoes, what would you have done? It's very like, you can say that you would never have done that to me, friend, but I, Scorpio, I lived through it. I was where I was in my shoes, and I had to make the decision for me. And it's like, you really want people to understand that, but they might not understand it. They might not accept it. Ace of Cups in reverse. They might totally take your offering, whatever it is, and throw it out the window. And this is, it's a, number one, to get you to get to this point of wanting to express this to this person it grows over time. This is not something that you're going to decide to do on a whim. This is something that you have thought about, ruminated about. You have really, quote unquote, perfected your apology, which to other people will sound fake. Oh, so you had to practice how you were going to apologize to me. You had to sit on it. You had to ask other people. And it's just like, no, I wanted it to be right. I wanted it to be true. I wanted it to be tangible. Not, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe some of you were waiting to present a gift, tangible gift. But tangible in the sense of, and not the literal sense of what you can touch and feel, but tangible as in like unquestionable, the real McCoy. It's kind of ironic. In your attempt to be thorough, to be honest, to be true and genuine, and to leave enough time as to not seem fake. You know, there's something there's something in the rationality of Scorpios. I don't mean this with shade. It's just an observation that what you think makes sense doesn't make sense to other people. That's a regular thing. That is a regular thing. That your methodology makes sense to you because you're thinking, oh, if they did it to me that way, I would think this. So let me do the other thing. When in reality, maybe if you did it that way, you could have gotten what you wanted. I had a discussion with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, similar to this. It's like presuming what another person will do prompts Scorpio to do something in a very, quote unquote, not logical way, nonsensical way, counterproductive way. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm just like, why did you say that? Why did you do it that way? Well, because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I guess, you know? So that's what I'm sensing is going on here with this slow progress towards the offer, towards the apology, towards the explanation, a combination of all three or something entirely different on its own. This slow progress to that point, that's leaving a bad taste in people's mouths. Because again, go back to the audit thing. So let's say 2 weeks ago, you put in your notice. This week, they shut down production where you work. You're going to wait, some of you, Paige, Knight, several months before you go back and talk to the people. Hey, Tanya, how's it going, girl? And Tanya's like, what the fuck is this Scorpio doing? Calling my phone, sending me a message after all these months of silence. What's up? Hey, I just wanted to check up on you. And, actually, I also wanted to talk about what happened, back in July or June or May. And, just really explain, clear the air here. It's like too little too late, Scorpio. If that's you and you're listening to this message, I don't say this to force you to do anything, but consider that time between the offer or the explanation is like too big. It's too much time. For some of you, not everybody. Three of Cups, overall energy. Oh my God. These are stuck. There we go. For some of you, it's definitely work situation. 8 of Pentacles behind that. 3 of Cups. So this is what you want. I think you want to have a good time with people. I think you want to be connected with people, family, friends, lovers, whatever it is. I don't think you want bad blood to exist in the situation. You want to avoid bad blood. Again, that's your MO. I think that's your motivation. It always has been from day one. But the way in which you're coming about and physically performing, Pentacles, physically performing in this world, in this 3D experience, I don't think it's connecting. I think you're missing, unintentionally, unknowingly missing the mark here. But this is what you want, 3 of Cups. And maybe the people feel the same way too. The rejection or the nah, and the reaction of the other person, it does not speak to forever, right? Nothing in tarot is permanent. Nothing in tarot is laid down in concrete. Everything is malleable. Everything is changeable, right? Everything revolves on the energies or the passions and the not the passions, yeah, the desire and people's free will. Thank you. So maybe this feeling is reciprocated. I can't tell right now. I feel there's still too much, the wounds are still too fresh. The feeling of betrayal is still very much a part of somebody's narrative, and they can't see it any other type of way. What an interesting reading this was, Scorpio. Again, Three of Cups I think is possible. It's not an outcome, it's an overall energy. So your motivation here, I keep saying motivation, so, but behind everything, you know, the background of everything is reunion, is good times, is connectivity with people of like mind and like spirit, right? So this isn't you trying to make good with people that you don't like. This is you trying to make good with people that you do like. Yeah? All right, Scorpio, that's your reading for July. If this reading resonated with you, if you liked it at all, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know how it resonated. I'd love to read, love the likes, love all the things. Also would love if you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so before. And if you want to get at me for a personal reading, you can find out how to do so by looking in the description box below, okay? Scorpio, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Take care.